What's up guys, this is LeetCode 20 valid parentheses. Given a string containing just the characters, all these brackets here, determine if the input string is valid. An input string is valid if one, open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. Two, open brackets must be closed in the correct order. Note that an empty string is also considered valid. So we have this first example here, second one, third one, fourth, and fifth. Let me see, I think we just have to check if when we have a close bracket, we have to check if the last character matched with this closed one is an open with the same type. And after that we discard both of these that we already checked and start to going forward and check again if the last open matches with the current closed. Yes, we can use a stack for this, a last in first out data structure, and we can also use a dictionary just to store the pairs. So we can add the closed bracket as a key and the open one as its value, because it will be easier for us to get when we find a closed bracket into the string. It will be easier to get its pair. Yes, to check if its pair is the right one. Yes, I think that's the solution. After that, we can iterate through this stack, and at the end of the iteration, we can check if the stack is empty. If the stack is empty, it means that all the brackets into the string matches, it has its match, and yes, that means that the string is valid. So let's try to write some code and see how this works. Okay, so let's start by checking if the input is valid. So if s.length equals to 0, as the description said, this is a valid scenario. Let's also declare our dictionary. So dictionary pairs equals to new dictionary of char and char. And let's populate this dictionary. So pairs.add the close parentheses and also the open one. We have to do this for the 3 scenarios, where the second one is the curly braces. We also have to add the open curly braces and also the bracket. Close one and open one. We also need to declare the stack variable. So stack equals to new stack of char. And doing that, we can start iterating through the string. So we can do that with a for each of C in S. And here we are going to start to do the work to solve this problem. So we can start by checking if the current character is not present into this dictionary here, because if the character is not present into the keys of this dictionary, it means that the current character is an opening bracket. So we have to push it into the stack. So if the dictionary does not contain a key of C, we just push it into the stack. Otherwise, we can check if the current character has its match into the character on the top of the stack. So we can also, yes, we must also have to check if the stack is not empty here, because if it is empty, it means that the string is not valid. So if stack is stack.count is equals to 0, or if stack.pop does not match with its valid match, we can return false. So here we are checking if stack.count, if stack has some chars, and if it has, we get the last character, the top character on the top of the stack, and compare with our dictionary here. So if we get a close parenthesis, we are checking here, we are getting the top character on the stack, which is an opening character, and we are checking if its closed one it matches with our dictionary here. So after we get out of this for loop, we can just return the validation of stack.count is empty, because if the stack is empty here, it means that all the characters into this string has the matched pairs, and means that the string is valid. So let's try to run the code. Okay, that's it for this scenario. Let's try an invalid scenario. Okay, let's try to hit submit. And that's it. So timing complexity for this problem here is big O of n, where n is the length of the string. And also the memory complexity here is constant, but here is not constant. The stack will get bigger with the length of the input. So if the input gets bigger and bigger, also the stack will get bigger and bigger. So that's why the memory complexity is big O of n. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.